Okay, so today we're going to look at how we can get through the golf ball. So we're going to give you some vital little things you can do to help you and encourage you to get through the golf ball correctly. Now, if I said to you that if I stood on the first tee at a golf club, I would see probably 80% of the golfers not get through the golf ball properly. It's that critical. Now, other people might say to you, well, the follow through or getting through the golf ball is after you made contact, so does it really matter? And I would say to you, yes. Because if we can get the follow through in some semblance of good shape, what happens is the impact gets better. If the follow through is poor, it's normally because the impact's been poor. So if we can have a single-minded thought to get the follow through in the shape we want to, get the weight where we want it to, get the body where we want it to, then it's going to help you get your impact and your downswing more in shape. And it's quite a simple thought. So on the golf course, committing to getting through the golf ball, getting our right shoulder to rotate round and getting our energy and our weight in the right area is probably one of the best, most simple thoughts you can have. Let's talk you through how you can start to feel moving and getting through the golf ball correctly. So I want to try and focus on two main areas. One being the trail shoulder as we swing down and through, trying to get the trail shoulder to get into an area towards the golf ball in order to make sure we shift our pressure and get the lateral bump we want in the downswing. And the other area we're really working on the hips. So for me, the downswing thoughts in order to move your weight, pressure correctly would either be one of these two areas. So if I take this rod here on the ground, I put it just behind the golf ball. So if you imagine if I take my setup there and I put this rod just inside my trail foot, in the downswing, I would want to make sure my trail shoulder gets to that rod, okay? We're not talking about getting massively forward, and you might notice I did a video quite recently talking about how the trail shoulder should move in direction and how moving forward too early in the downswing is actually a really poor move. Still very important that we move it the right direction, but then it doesn't stay back here and hang back and we hit the ground before the ball. That's the key thing. So what we're looking for really is trying to make sure the trail shoulder gets in front of our trail foot. Club lands, and then we go through and this rotates to face roughly at target. Those are the keys with the trail shoulder. So the trail shoulder initially would work towards my ankle, then rotate to be on this yellow line-ish, then rotates through the golf ball to be at target or thereabouts. That's the movement we're looking for in this trail shoulder. If you have the tendency to hit a lot of shots heavy, then trying to think the trail shoulder goes to target as a downswing thought and through swing thought would probably be pretty good. Part of the reason people suffer with not getting their pressure shifted forward is because they'll cut across the golf ball, the arms then come into the body and the body moves backwards towards the trail side to get out of the way. We definitely do not want that to be happening. We want the energy to go towards target. All great strikers, all great players relocate their legs and hips nearer to target in the downswing and through swing. We definitely want that to happen. The trail shoulder should end up somewhere around about the ball line for me in the very, very end as regards location laterally, but should be rotated. Let's hit one. Trying to really focus on trying to get the trail shoulder moving in a nice fluent manner. Nice ball and turf interaction. Got through the ball well. Got the ball onto the green, which is what the outcome was I was looking for. But definitely felt it was a big effort of being committed to getting through the golf ball, which is really what I want you to get from this video. Okay, hips, legs, getting the lateral bump that we should have. And again, too much of anything is too much of anything. We want to have a small lateral bump and then rotation. I've got this rod here. If I take my address position to the ball, I've given myself one golf ball outside my foot to have that rod in place. That's kind of the maximum amount of lateral bump I want. So the idea being on this one would be we go to the top of the backswing, lateral bump towards the rod, then feel the rotation through the swing. And we're trying to post our leg to try and keep quite close to where that rod would be. And obviously the rod may well move with the amount of pressure we're putting on it, but we definitely want to feel we're getting that pressure in the downswing, that lateral bump. And you know, you might say to me, does it come from the hip, the knee, the ankle? I don't really mind. If we try and go to the top and feel we move towards that, what do you feel you do to create it? Do you push with the trail side? Do you pull with the lead side? I don't really mind. Me personally, I probably feel a bit more push from here, pushing my lead side into a more extended position and a more laterally bumped position in order to achieve this. But if we can commit to bumping and then turning through the golf ball, that certainly is going to be probably the most successful way to hit golf shots. Let's try ball. Again, before we pull the trigger, just a little rehearsal. Feel like we're getting to that position. Take our address position. Again, solid strike. Pulled it a little bit left, or maybe aimed a little bit left, but definitely felt I had more of that lateral move in my downswing, and it definitely made me feel like I moved my pressure more towards the lead side through that impact area. And again, we're looking to get your pressure roughly about 80% of it on that lead foot at impact, and in the finish up to about 90-odd%. Somewhere where we're in balance, we're not rolling over, but we certainly got the commitment to get there every single time. So when you get to the golf course next time, be really committed to the follow through, the lateral bump, getting through the golf ball with a trail side and also the lateral bump. Those are the two key things. Pick either one that really helps you move better. For me, I think I get more ball turf if I feel trail side, as in trail shoulder, but I feel I get probably a bit more distance and power and speed if I feel lead lateral bump. So I probably need to work a little bit on both in the practice area, and then on the course probably focus on just getting through the golf ball with the trail shoulder. But this is for you to own, you know, work out what works for you, own your own feels, own your own keys to make you play well, and use them every single time. If you've liked the video, please click like and share the video. It really helps if you can do that. I'm sure there's other golfers out there that will benefit from it that you would know. Also, if you haven't already followed or subscribed, please hit my logo down this bottom corner. Join me on my journey and let me help you improve your golf. Lastly, thank you for joining me today at the Forest of Arden here in Birmingham in the UK. Hope to see you back here real soon.